Hello, friends. You are listening to Listen and Learn English, and I'm Leo Valentine. Today, I bring you a story that is not just about love, but about trust, an unbreakable bond that survives even in the darkest of times. This story is filled with romance, mystery, and emotions that will stay with you long after it ends. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let your heart feel this journey of love. Ethan was a man of precision, an architect who built skyscrapers that touched the sky, but had never let anyone touch his heart. He believed in plans, in logic, in structure. But love had no blueprint, and love came into his life like a storm, wild, untamed, and beautiful. Her name was Isabella. The first time he saw her, she was lost in her art, painting a canvas with bold strokes, as if each color carried a piece of her soul. Ethan was mesmerized. The world around him blurred, and for the first time, something unplanned happened in his life. This painting, it feels like it's hiding a secret, Ethan murmured, unable to take his eyes off the canvas. Isabella looked at him, a knowing smile playing on her lips. Art is like love. Only those who truly feel it can understand its depth. Ethan didn't understand art, but at that moment, he understood something else. He wanted to know her. From that day on, their lives intertwined like brushstrokes on a masterpiece, each moment adding a new shade to their love story. But Isabella, she had a secret hidden behind her laughter, a storm behind her smile, and one day that storm would test the foundation of their love. One evening, under the golden hues of the setting sun, Ethan and Isabella walked hand in hand by the river. The breeze played with her hair, but there was a strange silence between them, like an unsaid goodbye. Suddenly, Isabella stopped and turned to him, her fingers trembling as they held his. "Ethan, if one day I disappear, will you trust me?" Her voice was barely a whisper, but the weight of her words pressed against his heart. Ethan frowned, his grip tightening. "Disappear? Isabella, what are you talking about?" She looked into his eyes, searching for something, maybe hope, maybe faith. "Just promise me, if that day ever comes, you won't believe what the world tells you about me." His heart ached at the fear in her voice. He didn't understand why she was saying this, but one thing he knew for sure, he loved her. "I promise," he said, cupping her face. "No matter what happens, I will always believe in you." She smiled then, a sad, beautiful smile that lingered in his mind long after that evening. 1 month later, Isabella was gone. No calls, no messages, no goodbye. And then the news broke. Isabella was wanted for questioning in an old criminal case. The world painted her as a liar, a fugitive. But Ethan remembered his promise. "No," he whispered, shaking his head at the headlines. "She's not a criminal. She's my Isabella." He refused to believe what others said. Instead, he searched for her through the only thing that connected them now, her paintings. Days turned into nights, and just when his hope was about to fade, he found it, a new painting, displayed in a small art gallery, signed under a different name. But the strokes, the colors, they spoke to him. It was a message for him. Following its clues, he reached an abandoned lighthouse by the sea, the waves crashing violently against the rocks, and there, under the moonlight, stood Isabella. "You found me," she whispered, tears glistening in her eyes. Ethan took slow steps toward her, his own eyes filled with emotions too deep for words. "I never stopped believing in you," he said, his voice thick with emotion. She let out a shaky breath, her lips trembling. "I had to disappear to survive, but I knew you'd come." Without another word, Ethan pulled her into his arms, holding her like he'd never let go, because he wouldn't. Love isn't just about being together, it's about trust, and I trust you more than anything. Through her tears, Isabella revealed the truth. She had witnessed a powerful businessman committing a crime. He had tried to silence her, to erase her, but she had escaped. "I ran because I had no choice, but I couldn't run from you, Ethan," she confessed. Together, they gathered the evidence. Together, they exposed the criminal. Together, they won. And with the truth revealed, Isabella was free. That evening, as they stood by the river once more, the same place where she had once made him promise to trust her, Isabella smiled, this time without fear. "You kept your promise," she whispered. Ethan kissed her forehead gently. "Love without loyalty is just an illusion, and you, Isabella, are my reality." Love isn't just about passion, it's about trust, patience, and unwavering loyalty. Ethan and Isabella's love stood the test of time and trials, proving that true love never fades, it only grows stronger. Thank you for listening to Listen and Learn English. I hope this story touched your heart. Stay tuned for more tales that stir the soul and remind us why love is the greatest adventure of all. Until next time, take care and keep believing in love.